What up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Sorry if that was like super, super loud. But welcome.
To the JasVynce show. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Vince. What's going on? We usually are here doing our Married at First Sight recap videos. Today, because Married at First Sight is finally over. Or
Almost.
It's ending.
It's ending next
right?
week. This
we
week.
Are reviewing a new show.
What's the name of the show? Just Put a Ring on It.
Is that the name of the show? Just Put a Ring on It? I thought it was
Put a Ring on It.
Put a Ring on It.
But I'm going to say Just Put a Ring on It.
All right. Put a Ring on It. Where I just discovered the show. I didn't know anything about it.
It's on OWN. It airs on Fridays. It just premiered this past Friday. So I think it comes on at 9. I don't know.
Something like that. Jazzy planned it as usual. So this episode, this show is about at least 3 couples. I think there's more. There's going to be another couple, I believe. But in this episode, we saw 3 couples who have been together for at least 4 to 7, 8 years.
No, I think the youngest one is like 2 years.
They've been together for 2 years, but they've been friends
they've known
for 6
each other.
years.
Yeah. So these are basically couples that are in long-term relationships, but they're not engaged yet. So the point of the show is to either get them to decide that they want to be engaged or they don't want to be together. But the catch is...
The gag is...
They have to date other people. So... I thought it was interesting because this show, the first couple, you have Shay and Michael.
Are we gonna get right into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Talk about.
Let's do it. I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I didn't get to my opinion on this. I didn't know what the show was about. I thought it was literally just about putting a ring on it.
What's your opinion?
Which is why Jazz was trying to get me to watch it. Don't worry. Thank you for anybody that's been rooting for the JasVynce show and complimenting our relationship. I appreciate that. She's annoying as hell. I'm annoying as hell. Obviously, apparently
we annoy each other.
But yeah, thank you for a ring will get put on it at some point soon. All right. But yeah, I thought the show was kind of goofy myself. I didn't know that it was all about dating other people the entire time. I understand,
I'm sure they're gonna have a challenge or something.
Yeah,
it's gonna be something else.
They better get into something that is a little bit more wholesome instead of just making our people look. You know what I'm saying? Like we just out here trying to thought and bop this entire time. But yes, you want to get into the first couple. You said had Michael and Shay and Michael.
I think it was Shay.
Shay it is.
So they, I guess, first of all, they have a big age gap, which is the first thing that stood out to me.
He's 35. She's 27. 7 or 28?
27.
All right.
She said that they're best friends, but they have known each other since she was 21. I guess they dated for a little bit, and then she went back to her ex.
He was her camp counselor
to work out. That's messed up. To work out if she wanted to be with her ex, and then
that was kind of crazy.
He ended up moving away to DC and got engaged to someone else.
That was pretty crazy. Would you put that blame on her out the gate, just from what we know?
That would push a man away,
right? Exactly.
So I would understand that, but then. At some point, I guess, he didn't end up getting married to this girl that he was engaged to, and he moved to Atlanta, and they moved in together. So they've been together for 2 years. She's thinking marriage, and he's like, marriage is just, what did he say? Marriage is just
it's a contract
forcibly forcing two people to be
together.
together. So I thought that was weird.
A lot of people feel that way. We don't know exactly what his idea of marriage is or why he feels that way.
Well, he said that the last girl wanted the ring, but then he thought that it would make her more confident, but it made it worse. So I understand that a little bit, but also from what I see from this guy, he gives no emotions. Like his girl, he finds out his girl's going on a date. She's like all excited, getting her little sexy dresses and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, you coming back." He's unfazed, and women don't like that.
You gotta be confident though. You're not gonna be out here like
he's not confident.
Man,
he has no emotions.
Ego wise though, as a dude, you don't want to see your girl going on a date with somebody else. So I understand all the emotions from every guy in this episode. But yeah, he was more laid back than anybody because he seemed relatively confident. He knew that she wasn't gonna, he
is not cute enough to be that confident.
What the fuck are we talking about people cute for? You know what I'm saying? He literally just said something along the lines of like, well, you know what you're gonna do. You're responsible. You know how you should be behaving in these streets. So.
Something about him. I feel like I'm not gonna like him this season. I feel that. So like he's on the far end of the spectrum. Then you go move on. The next couple was Ashley and Hollywood.
I'm glad we did this couple first because I know you didn't like them.
Yeah, Ashley and Hollywood. I really like them. They're
Ashley
from New Orleans.
They're dope. They seem like they get along really well.
Yeah, they're competitive, but they've been together for like 8 or 9 years.
Right.
And
I gotta get in the gym because Hollywood out here flexing.
He was flexing. But at some point, I guess he proposed. They put down money for a destination wedding. She had the dress, and then he was like, I don't know if I want to do this. So then, like, I guess he decided he wanted to do it again, but she was like, you know, the flakiness kind of turned her off to with him.
I was thrown off by that because I don't know. I mean, I guess, you know, at some point you probably feel like you're ready to propose. And again, it was just a bunch of back and forth. The most interesting thing about their relationship to me is that she admits that she's the one that's not ready. Mainly because
he went back and forth. Yeah, exactly. That will make you be like, she said she's not scared of marriage. She's scared of marriage with the wrong person. Yeah, and I think more people should feel that way.
But they've been together for like 8 years, so I'm also trying to figure out. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing I'll admit. Like, yes, we're coming up on our 4-year anniversary. But like, I feel like I wouldn't have to. I mean, everybody's situation.
Years.
Everybody's situation is different.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, everybody's situation is different. I know people that have been together for years and years and years and never got married.
My aunt was with her boyfriend for 20 years before they got married.
There you go. So everybody's situation is different. It's just. That's how you play it. But yeah, I feel like in this day and age, especially if y'all like, all right, we've been living together this whole time. Why not? But again, everybody has to be prepared. So I'm a huge fan of not rushing into things and like making sure that
I think it's a difference between us. It's about like your standard. I think that everything boils down to what the woman requires. Like, if I have a standard, if I am like, okay, I'm a certain type of woman, I'm providing this for you, and we mesh like this, and if you want to be with me, I require us to be married. Period. Pool. Like, either the man is going to put a ring on it and commit to you, show you the ultimate commitment, right, or he's going to dip out, and you will find someone else. Mm-hmm. If you're that quality of a woman. That's how I see it.
Damn straight. Sis. Period, Pooh. Now, is that everything you had to say about Hollywood and Ashley? You want to talk about their date?
We didn't even talk about the first date.
We didn't. You want to talk about Shay's date real quick?
Shay's date was cool. Let's go back to them.
Go back to
Shay's date was, he brought flowers. He was a nice guy, but he did.
Andre, I think his name
was. He did say some stuff like maybe he was not ready to be engaged to you, because a man knows. And I feel like, I don't think all men know initially, like within the first year or two, that they want to definitely marry this person, but I feel like people can grow in you. I feel like we didn't know that like in the first year for sure. Like, no, it was like, oh, this is an interesting vibe. This is cool. Let's fill it out. But it wasn't like, oh yeah, I knew when I saw you that I wanted to marry you. I don't believe people that say that. That's a little scary to me.
Love at first sight happens.
I don't know about that. Lust at first sight happens to me.
That too.
So she went on a date. He was a nice guy, but she basically decided not to see him again because he was too short. He was too short. When she got up and hugged him, and I'm pretty sure she had heels on because her dress looked like she would have heels on, and he was way shorter than her. He was like down here. She was like, "Oh, thank you,
my flowers."
But also, I'm curious to see, are these women going to keep turning down like second dates just because they thinking about how their man is feeling? I feel like that might be a theme.
Especially since all of them look like action figures. I would probably have something to say like, none of these, I mean, again, Michael didn't seem as pressed, but he definitely he feels the type of way towards it. You could tell.
How?
But
how
yeah,
can you tell?
all these guys are relatively angry. It seemed like they were, nobody was having it. We'll talk.
Michael was the most chill one.
He was the most chill out of them.
All right, so moving on to Ashley's date.
Ashley went out with some dude named Ray from Texas. That she thought looked like Odell Beckham.
He did not. He didn't. Ray, I wouldn't find him attractive. I guess he was tall and stuff, but his hair, I just couldn't get with it. I thought he was okay. He did open the doors. Their conversation was okay. They went bike riding. That's a date I would love to go on. And I think that for her, it was more so about having new attention because... Yeah.
You could tell she was feeling the attention.
Yeah, because for sure, as a woman, like, you get used to dealing with one person, and some days you might get some good attention. Other days it could be mediocre attention. But imagine meeting a man that's like, yo, this is the most fascinating woman I've ever met in my life. And this is the first time I'm ever talking to her. You know?
Imagine.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's just different. It's nothing wrong with that. So, also the guys will get to date too. So, I think that'll be interesting.
That's going to be interesting. I feel like this is where they're going to make us look like shit. I don't know. Like, all the dudes seem like they got their woman. They very like happy and in love. Yeah. But I feel like there's always something that's gonna slip up.
Especially with guys when they get around other attractive women.
Yes, and we don't know how. I don't want to put this on the women. We don't know how like the women are gonna approach, because even
this is Atlanta. I feel like women in Atlanta are way more aggressive because there's less men.
Not that I know anything about that.
There's less men.
But yeah, I feel like even the way Ray came on, you know what I'm saying, when he busted. First off, he came into the house like,
I did not hear her say. I didn't hear her say. She said, "I told him to come in." I didn't hear that.
He just came into the house.
It looked like he just busted in a house.
My man's is cooking up a nice little meal for his girl. You know what I'm saying? His woman, and like somebody just walk in the house like I'm swinging off bat. So he was already like hella tense. He saw all the veins and his muscles and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, Hollywood is not playing.
He's
with
not with the
right
shits. He made it clear.
Be real respectful. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like he's just stopped opening his teeth at one point. He's like, yeah, you know, because I ain't really about this right here. You know what I'm saying?
See, but I feel like Hollywood is definitely going to be the in-between guy, because he's chill, but he's also like letting his girl know, like, yo, I am bothered by this. And I think that's the fine line there. Like,
I think that was, I think it's I mean, this is something that y'all signed up for. Clearly, you knew that this was going to happen, I guess, at some point. But yeah, I guess it makes sense to let the person know, since I'm looking at you in your face now, hey, putting out there, I'm not feeling this. Please be respectful. Don't touch my woman. Don't, you know what I'm saying? You want something to eat? Matter of fact, no. I don't know what y'all going to do. Like, his head is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, his head is all I know is I could knock him out. Just know that.
Right.
Just know that. As they leaving on a date. That's so crazy, bro.
You letting somebody come pick me up? So crazy.
No.
You never this intense about nothing.
Like, I didn't know this was the show it was about. Like, I'm watching.
You thought they were just gonna be proposing?
I thought they was gonna put a ring on it, and obviously, I still hope that they do. But I think that I'm just not for TV shows. Again, if she wants to keep reviewing it, we'll keep reviewing it. But I'm not necessarily for shows that create drama. You know what I'm saying? So it's whatever.
You gotta be mature to handle this stuff.
These people are going through some stuff, and they need some push to get to the next step in their relationship. So this is a shock. This is a shock to help them get there. But when it comes to us making each other jealous by going on dates, I don't know about that one.
A little bit of jealousy is good, I think. Just a little bit.
All right.
So, yeah, I wasn't really feeling when she came back. Hollywood was kind of like, it was like he wanted to argue with her.
He wanted hands because she just went out on a date with another man. He wanted hands with him, most likely, but also she, again, and we could just assume that this is just might be how Ashley is, but she was really like cheerful and giddy and stuff and smiling and cheesing the whole time and talking so much about like, oh, I guess I can see myself going. He's like, oh, so you out here looking for another, you know what I'm saying? Hollywood.
She was like, so did you like him? Like,
she said, you better hate your date when you go. So
for real, he better.
Hopefully Hollywood remains respectful. Hopefully he don't, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he keeps to himself and don't even be trying nothing. So I don't know.
Moving on to the next couple.
Moving on.
Who we had? Mimi and Ulysses.
Mimi and Ulysses.
I ain't met no black people named Ulysses.
I've met a couple Ulysses, believe it or not. But
black people?
Yes, believe it or not, but not actually spelled like that.
What was it?
Ulysses.
It was EU. Oh yeah, it's right there.
But yeah, okay. I believe Ulysses is the correct pronunciation of his name. He's a record producer. I don't know how old they are, but they met on a video set, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? She was a video vixen. That, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, I got my eye. I forgot what he said. When he said the first time he saw her?
He said, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So you see that she was probably, who knows what she was walking around on set. But yeah, he's also very upset about the fact that she has to go on a date.
He was the most intense.
And luckily for both of them, I mean, unfortunately, the reason why, but she didn't get to go on a date. Unfortunately, her father had a stroke and was going through some increasing... It sounded
like they were trying to put him on hospice.
Yeah, they had some increasing health problems that were taking place. So he, after consoling her and making sure that she was good, yeah, baby, it's gonna be all right. Don't worry about that date. We ain't gotta go on no date. It's all right. Like, I'm like, bro, nice way to just slide that in right now, because you wasn't feeling. You know what I'm saying? I would hope that she wasn't gonna still go on the date, but like,
I ain't going on no date.
You could tell that was something that was really bothering him. Like, he was worked up about it to the point where it looked like he wanted to hit something, but was like so like comfortable, laid back in the bed at the same time that I was just like, all right, so he's not. How mad can he be if he's laying down? He was hella
aggressive though.
He kept raising his voice. He like started to turn red a little bit, but like, yeah, he wasn't feeling that. He wasn't feeling. Find another man like me that's gonna open the doors for you after 6 years. See how the rainbows is. The grass is not gonna be greener on the other side. He was fuming. He was.
But also they had broke up. They've been together for 6 years. They broke up because at some point he cheated, but he made it sound like she did something too. So they broke up for like 5 or 6 months, and then her dad having that stroke brought them back together. So she did say, why am I back here again? I left the situation. Wow. And I'm like, dang, like the way she said this situation, I'm like, is there more to their story? I don't know. We gonna find out though. Yeah. But that's been our little synopsis of Put a Ring on It. Or like I like to say, just put a ring on it.
Just put a ring on it. So yeah, so like I mean, like I'm thinking about the show. What is it called? The Marriage Boot Camp show. I feel like I said, that's a show that has so many different levels to it, and I think it works well. They do set them up on a couple tricky dates every once in a while, but I think it works out all right. So yeah, so I'm hoping that all these people, you know, they won't be tripping up on themselves and making themselves look bad when it comes to certain situations, and that everything will just turn out all right with them, and they'll be able to go about their lives and do their thing. But yeah, that brings us to the end of this wonderful recap. Shout out to all the super dope couples. Hopefully we'll see some good things for them, and also shout out to Dr. Nicole also, because she's the one facilitating all this. She was dope. But yeah, Jazz, you got anything else cool to say before we get up out of here?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes when the guys go on their dates.
Yes. So these guys are going to go on their dates soon, and we'll see how that turns out for these dudes. But once again, thank you for watching. We are, in fact, the JasVynce Show. Make sure you follow us on social media, specifically our Instagram page. And also, again, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.